Lora Buddha Kaki Lord for beautify Nom Tan. A young Lora Buddha Kaki Lord for beautify Nom Tan. A young Lord for the great thing and the Golagi Gamanga Moda Kimar. A young Lord for the great thing and the Golagi Gamanga Moda Kimar. A young Adir kaya gajang, adir katu bijan, normal walu bodanyar. Adir kaya gajang, adir katu bijan, normal walu bodanyar. Uni dijal abim kan betul pelit kegadir yang dit, normal walu bodanyar. Ringi gong macar betul nyomalal kegadir yang dit. Normal walu bodanyar, matin kuduar tinggi nengga pala wutin ringi cikangwir, ringi yang dit. Normal walu bodanyar, adir kaya gajang, adir katu bijan, normal walu bodanyar. I love you. Lora Buddha Kaki Lord for beautify Nom Tan. A young Cherry Long. Oh, Lora Buddha Kaki Lord for beautify Nom Tan. A young Lora Buddha Kaki Lord for beautify Nom Tan. A young Lord for the great thing and the Golagi Gamanga Moda Kimar. A young Lord for the great thing and the Golagi Gamanga Moda Kimar. A young Adir kaya gajang, adir katu bijan, normal walu bodanyar. Adir kaya gajang, adir katu bijan, normal walu bodanyar. Uni dijal abim kan betul pelit kegadir yang dit, normal walu bodanyar. Ringi gong macar betul nyomalal kegadir yang dit. Normal walu bodanyar, matin kuduar tinggi nengga pala wutin ringi cikangwir, ringi yang dit. Normal walu bodanyar, adir kaya gajang, adir katu bijan, normal walu bodanyar. I love you. Lora Buddha Kaki Lord for beautify Nom Tan. A young Lora Buddha Kaki Lord for beautify Nom Tan. A young Lord for the great thing and the Golagi Gamanga Moda Kimar. A young Lord for the great thing and the Golagi Gamanga Moda Kimar. A young Adir kaya gajang, adir katu bijan, normal walu bodanyar. Adir kaya gajang, adir katu bijan, normal walu bodanyar. Uni dijal abim kan betul pelit kegadir yang dit, normal walu bodanyar. Ringi gong macar betul nyomalal kegadir yang dit. Normal walu bodanyar, batin kuduar tinggi nengga pala wutin ringi cikangwir, ringi yang dit. Normal walu bodanyar, adir kaya gajang, adir katu bijan, normal walu bodanyar. People go tar, people go man. Yalla be chick, yalla be madonna. Yalla be chick, yalla be madonna. Yalla be chick, yalla be madonna. Join me in the studio. Look, enjoy the studio. I love you, enjoy. I love you, enjoy. The topic is very clear. Environmental cortex in the loop and its positive impact.
quite for the live.
Hello, Banjilo. Yes, tamam. Oh yeah.
Adik banyak kau in telur, Lori.
Achingaraj, Ustad Billo, how are you doing?
I'm good. Tidak volume, jada volume dia tapi.
Oh, volume dua open wala kidi?
Volume itu tahu apa.
Okay.
In jadar volume itu off.
Oh, okay.
Banyak kau in telur. Cokron. Kina luar join studio. Ke ban live ke yen protest danwan ci koy kuon ke Meluth County ci loy fana panal ke bo ben jamti wa protest quite kwa yugo ci all the junubin ban ci monjang ci gi appreciation ediki ci koy kuon ko Meluth ci loy wa kene aya lo le kene akiro loy fana Ruweng ko ya ngi ne ke loy wan fana Meluth ka yo ke kada wodi ben ko yunte the environmental problem fi Junub Sudan ki ci koy ko Meluth loy ka yo ke kada wodi but ko ye ko yunte ke myuk tok be ke ni wa ki ci koy ko Meluth loy ke wi ban ke ban ye ga le ke pie ci loy protest kene ka yo o de mon jang taw Junub Sudan ban gila Junubi ke ci koy ko Meluth ko ne ki di wa no ngod yaw e run wan ci la twing ko jam wed environmental pollution ku jila ka ko kunte ke dal ke ko kunte ke re won te ke myuk tok tin wa kene nke bayan live e kole chan be ben lui chare ko we ko we e cha de Meluth ku ja we wo cha dan ji we ku ja we wo cha Ruweng in particular because it can akiro lo pa no Ruweng ku ka ye ku ngijinu na ki protest ku cha successful ku whatever recommendation say chi government loy ci luo concede e ko below fa na Meluth pinyu te mi to ko ban ka yo ke ne ka dang dawo de ban ko to Ruweng akene in banya ko ke yane nya be live ku ba mar ko Ruweng na de yin ka ko wa no ko ko Meluth we were with them in spirit cha ga mani ci ko to ten on the ground ka yo we were with you guys in spirit wa akene ayo ke lon pe ki lo cha dan Meluth wone cha dana panal wone jenga panal ban ki siglo ikane ka pedare ku junubin ban ayo ke kaaje we ko akane yanen ngi na ci government ku jela oil company ku cigen gamanu abigi kane abigi lo motoninu te e won ken ci myok ken pinde lo samamu kunan ko beloy ka yo ke yene da big lo di tui ya panal na yo ke ne da big lo pi Ruweng kaman kwa yen te lo ki ban yin banya ko ka yo yin ke by president the community de padang to fi North America I mean to fi Canada kwa kene chani lore ye ku be yin leje ki men nang nu Meluth County so yin ba pal fursa ku de ki nu te bin o brief about the progress bita Meluth County protest pertaining to the environmental pollution fi Nile in bo be yek briefing ku buk jam da buk jo lo wasalu wal ki kaman ko bi lo lu ok joy ayin ci lor chokro matwe
Yeah, thank you, brother Billook. And the show Choloy kana I was wonder why she Billook show loy at night. We in a show loy every morning. Ko yog loy miss lano
ah enta ba ko chính cái lùi
Okay.
support
Yeah, that's
lùi
good.
cái
Yeah,
chỗ
be
gì cái
looking
ngoài
chale.
chui cả đấy
Yeah, in chale jere ta gudi an man rare gradi chan wich ba jala touch kai ni chating ko do chi pop ni al go jala la okay. I will join my brother. Yeah, you know be look jam chaw jam ko support chak loy le mi Meluth a day wok da yen ko jogrot ta sisa padang chaw bo chinaret fi America ko chuban ba dom to no won Canada yani ken yo wijban bu ko dek one hand ku bu ko tok loy you know angi ko ne fi diaspora volunteer job but e ko be together chan bi bu ko gi mat ku bu tom tok biya loy chin ma wan chaw ken ulin chaw du tamam ka ci kuma man na ci del ping la na Facebook za da na ci rupu ga junubin hatta yan sarfa ki da da yi you know
yeah now
so kulo ki chak loy golman ken ulin ku be bana kana you know ki ci ko nyim de bak lakin people lead by example you know kuma junub ka kon yo lu asio mane de wo re wo bi jene gal to de ke angor ke ali u de ke ci way man diara ngor ko duy ke rana diaga dije ga tiak ko ci ke ngilu handle yani re ter ngor ke nim yani di de kero war ka kayo ko lo ne ban mare ne wo yene wo cho yo ko miol ko wo lu ka ci pet ko wo za do wo ge by way you know ko ke chuban yo kana yene ci lor yemek you know ka yo ko buk tong bi cede da go demokratiya bi luy ko bu ko jate bi mit bi ga yek panabun bi ga la hor gari ko na de tingun ti tiya ke yete na yete gen ci jola riya ka ci ti ga riya tin di arabic be junub ko big be na ya you know lakin la dum bidak system won news ko rotte no bu ko rotte you know ka yini ca lej ne chow ci loy kana ko loy rot akuma junub aci yinde takdu ca man ci portet loy kana nga ko to e ke ci riel ayek tem bi ko moj ko ci ndang muki ko ci ndon muk ko ci mu ko ci ko ci ku jo jal ban gutti ya no ko ci gub jo tiay yani sabab pa ya mat ban ko ci jal ban ko ci rudet ko la ko piyo to lu tiyo ko da baba ci be ya bi ko jeri ha ke kero lew you know so ke a cin nim jo ko chan be company bi chala bir to bi tiok to for 3 days ka ci kuma juno ci blu afford na na kambar mil ne ci tiok pin kana ku ye ke cin bi ayo cin bi ye cin wo kuma rem ma cha ko ke ko to te la di ku ka ko bi la dom ko a ci ro ka ye na man da ba kan lu helu you know that is why yana ci man ci lo la na ke ka ci lu len ino ko je ci ru gam ba ke moj ko majike a lo yu mudun ku lo yu mudun ba den matan sa ala nil bezat na ci nu hera dom ya no dom man malaka la gutu no yel ban adi cin ngi chol junub matin including Ruweng riel la padang ci ga riel go ke chol wan yelu jata ci ban ke mi won protest ban ke ga yi ke cin den ban ko ke exado ke ka tar ko jama tianga nyor ke jeji ke bandot but ke go to on the front na kwen ke you cannot believe ko kino wed danga wed won ke difa shapi chumal ku danga ci wed won ke agal wen ku jagala luy company na wala no ben le mala kaldom ke ga num dang ban ku ke gala ner ke you know so yena nor won tip nya ken be ben dar ko ken be ben palo ke masakin ke cha ba che you know up to now danga re ke you know ke yen ke piat ladum ke bingi jena kuma ku big loy kada le bang Ruweng akuma kana aci ko begam hak den ko jere ya lwelnu ti ci kadang jok chok de example ci ting ay mu ke ay caga wob di sagat ala bu to juba ko lela ka kan won ci ko loy la na kon ping won Ruweng protest ko loy ko la tak ku ya no ku ci ko we ku te ko ci da lakin me ko ji matina ku to ko banken ku lela ka ka loy ku be wo za de ra wala mu lu za de lela wo ko the same na ca wi ko wo kene na matalabat kan on chaga loy kana wi uki ale big ban lana ke a ci ko be lo afford da jam bu biyam na mo Ruweng bi be lo ngade mazarat ku bege nin garo num tioko dang to they cannot afford that, you know. So ke ga big ben ko big big ke chol ngade ngade ke the next sign na a big lo ke ci lu ko mu lut ka ku sa ke
memorandum
yeah
ke yen banya ko ke wi ba ti ke lo ni ci memorandum of understanding ku ci gam e ka wan lo ko Meluth ene la ngun ci mi ken pin lo sama mo e ngu ci libi ci ayo ka ci albi na ma to ko ban including ka Ruweng a chan ke ene the same company ene Louis de Tui ning de ci gam lo ko Meluth Tui ke the same oil pollution ene lo fa na Ruweng ci libi biato ka lo wana ci government en gam ke ko oil company abigi kana bigi elu ke ta po bia the same thing e ba lo apply to Ruweng kunun ke ene ya Ruweng abdi ala bigi ya chan po ta den na lo e tingudi kene ti ma den ga
ma yene ke luel mana yene ke luel na luel kuma kana a cigo kajala takadang lakin ke angiki Ruweng adaga nim hakden tin man de ko Meluth kana e te ga smart no yena wo ke go update murut ke la juba dan more than 1 week al piga Ruweng kula kula ki shab Ruweng ya jama ke cirlo Meluth kana e the same lu apply the way ko ngi ke yen matalibat kun abuke we will implementing them yani pollution biting ku madar de bi yik ku dala bi lo chicken Meluth manem kan chiting picture yani gilama de ci ko la dul to yani dul ci jok yani yi rasmiya ku an ken ko jama ken loy ku reta kayke you know. So ke yan ken well administration Ruweng they have to have a lobbies kula de minu na chikare 1 week jupo they have to have a sound at the big letter bigger toy achan biga to ya jama wo ma the same thing ngunang kan work ban wala ngulo rat you know kuna ken grojot te ken ge glo then the people have to rally, you know, peaceful administration la jama ken ge chiro loy so na e ko chilo er ke biga de la ping kayong ki chip kan Meluth kana the same apply to the work murut we bak ban loya you know kiyan alwel e ko je ke grada ku ja chabab la de big nim ko biga wore kendil got ku big thing the hell big gulwel, you know, kuna chin glo yi kaden people have to do something, you know. Lanu kana fursa ta de demokratiya system tiki motin chalo char bi kadan lo bi de man ku tiyo company to ko chinan mo chen ko chiran lo ngo ma kana fursa e fursa ta de kuma junub lan ke they are coming back now to a hagika demokratiya achan bicha biate na de ci men wudlel ko hakde la de midil pengen instead ko koy rotat ko bungo loy la de biliw ko man wo ya da administrator loy akirane dukan tong ko cirane riya nyop ko cirane ngoloy people have to block the road achan be ko umal cik blo loy kuna ci mu mal loy mana ko cin jat blo pipe bla chumala biliw kuna le liw even 1 day or 3 days ka kuma bidiaw har li jare de kan kayen biluk kana ko loy a ko loy la de bi dil totin yana it's not a simple thing hatta ke man bi ke kana e ki ke ngakto lo che ke ngakto ho ma biju lan ke ge busy ko yeg la chin wo ko yeg la chin wo yabba wo ga wo yana de wo yo ko ko o yel ke do na chin wo yo ge so bu bien ke de na cham wo kum bi kon yo pia bi kon yo dik bi dik for how long, you know. So la de mi chap bi jam, you know, bidaga tin tong loy chagaru ci lewban kade first priority kana masaj payar ko jala shuara, you know, ko jala kana pollution kaga aya ka tay twen masaj pa bu ben ko jama darat ben lanu mana mit ko wona tabanin a cikalo Uganda ko ci jahamba ni ci la juba, you know. Kayena kana e good topic ci bay ko ladum wo bu jam tin ladum ko jam tin ku bitil dedi ku man wo pa den to yere na wo ko boy mat ku buk tok loy ya na buk tok loy fi North America na and I hope ko Australia big banden kwanya da na won luy kang masalo go na de kinoro week contribution live kin man yin la live ko ko live ban wala live bodi na e week contribution wo ka bidi loy da la no koy loy protest e tam ko mungkin big 1 week tan wala bo kuna ci ni cham ge mana wo karanga ci bla tren so they need support ke kene e ko wich bu ko jaar ready ku bukul community bo good ko polo ko rot ya no community to ko den go dun got ki pal ka sai ku loy ko ken bay la ko twen la tong gane tong jang ban ci tong ran to lakin na yogo be gotoru do pa ku be ngal loy ko fursa nur de adu fursa yeyo ay wol bi fursa yok itaban de ngal bi fursa yok lakin ayo ko to loy they will be afraid of you la no loy to ku baden wo ko rer bi jena woda nim so di dere woda nim so no wat immediate loy go chala yin man cine loy mana dang bade no dang pendin kuna le pa jila rana chenyin blog dang pa je ku dai ne ku le ko ja America in the morning you know so ache ko pele ko loy kerli kayen adi gare da buke kenim ku big deal ping ku buding morati bila nala 3 years ben ko election ban ko kulo rana brio bila o lanu wo ko loy wayu mi de ko loy wayu na era na MP ci lu pet wala nga ci lu pet ke le election ben ya jama don ran ken do be do kientane fi borloman you know so kene a use of training and we are helping them and we are opening the eyes of the citizen the moratia dan tin ngi ku kana you know we will apply to them so ka nga ka ba hak de abi ngi you know abi cherio you know you jam ngi chin fear ko na jam chin fear mana ko yin ina mena bay ko ina kene ke ko jala ba kan ina tigo be jala ba lana jala ba e resource de jor junu ko ci ko je tik za ko you know ya ne ka pay ben lawi ku jot kam ku le ka kartum yi ay na yi ci la kartum ting medene a ci ni ma juba medene za war juba ku juba ina sim bata junu aware bil katir so bilu you are doing a good job and keep doing it
in chale jaret banya coach ka yok wel ke queen ke wel ko ro ka pet ko ro lo cha jawu ko bu ko de unity ku bu ko mat tok bu ko chin mat bu lo a lo ke tok ko wan chi ko lo ke ching ni organize the dik ku ke ne nyu the chi ro dwa ku ju chi ro dwa ko ta bi ko ki chin mat ke ka yok ke dik chale so nga chin lo de chin banya coach be diaspora padang biron mat ku bu to ko ye jazin na de dang te be ngor ko dal ke ku ki ke la lo implement ke ka wan ka lo pass ka ke through memorandum of understanding ka yo ka le bi ngor du chanam ku ka pe de bu ke be gap ke de nan ten ko ki man e piu wala i chambo wa ke na le bi lo ye aye ne wore ga ta wan amane referendum memorandum of understanding wan to pass between the community de Meluth county of Meluth ku jela ye ministry of petroleum wa yenin banya ko ke wuj bati yin wan chi ban minister of petroleum chen memorandum of understanding gene chen sa ni kam den mo to nin ko on ke Meluth county e chen support be apply to all the areas that che oil ke affect ke uniform kran wala ke le yene ye only Meluth and lo ke neto
you know a good question can ala se pidin nge bi look assumption da wo ko to here mugrud bi lo apply automatically
yes and you think ni jenga ayi ene manake confirmation no we to do whether that is the case or not when they follow up ko buloi kuna che yin banya ko ku chiro lo ya then Ruweng that on the way be protest big lawyer they can actually a big oil people a big shut down which again which is they call lo one some few weeks ago chiro de loy kwa can bend attention too so in ke yo ko ka e ke lo Meluth cha na chi Meluth ku chen lo wan cha successful that mean can a memorandum of understanding wo the ban o ka unte he environmental pollution ke you affect e beki
yen ke da lwel kada nga cheto tegnam la de ki fursa te ki en yok yinira de kin fursa yok a ke be pol la de mamu
ke polai
so kana kada wodi yani biro gol Meluth wala gol Ruweng ke ku chik bo yani nay gol Ruweng amana ku leg wan leg ngada san ko Ruweng ko chik bo
ka lu apply the way net lu book
kala to palo bila protest you know so e wo chap tum kana ko tum kana a china anasen man ngak you know ko yeno wo tum kana so mugrut ke big law lakin ke nye people have to follow it na chi lui follow ke bil big imken big ni niam ku chin ke bi ke ku na telefonar ke bin ko yo ga wo ben so kana ako bi lui follow very closely ku jala ko wona ke mu ko administration ka lana ca ping wande grana ci jamen de gawre ki ci loy wan ku ci promise yana kuma ci promise loy ruwen na ka bi ka loy chap ka ci de na pen kenen ci bi ka gol tiyen yi jen kana well katit ko na ke na de ka ken ka martin kala de bi del be martin ne pour ce ci ko malut be loy kana you know a can be complete ku jaga ben tit la no cin piece ray to piece ban mu ci en tany ban ala beri ko le bi piat la no junu baba be piece you know ka ci tany cin man ci ka la tan ka ci tany ban le bi kwancho kana wana chak lwel ngal yom wide alpe no ngade 2021 kanga baga ben jok 2021 wan tay ping da du a ci ko la jokasa ade ko ngade ci be ramla wele pingu ina which is good so kayen kana
acha ting I seen that
I ako follow up ko ci wijin buka nin lana de ko yang madarin ka jwe yana chab ruweng ke chab Meluth ko to oyal kana ade ka jwe mam ke ka red you know ku wo jwe ke company ke ban lui kana tabana ci hukume ngi guba pe ko ngi ke guba pe companies kaga yaban companies wala Chinese companies they know the rule of law bita oil fi diaspora na ngi ku panera tini cholal boda kana achin pan tonga yen fi Canada na yani they build it within short time achilo because of oil you know so emu hata kier yela gol yi juba kana uler ke yi barak dal kule emu ci ke gol ruwem la do ben gol ruwem jela juba wala be ben gol palu da ku te le malakal ku je bela emu ye ke gol juba ko wu ko oil ka wan le oil le ke san e ke wu ka ke biga kier ben loy you know kene maada to zalom lakini ran kene jam at this time kachira le bi tak du rare you have to speak you have to talk about it you know e chaga mendu man wu che dia en wu kene e hat balu perdi ku gamiyen lanu tame ke lo ka pio ban ka yino ku du muk ke you know na ti mer ke ne wu bogo cham do bu chi wan mu beti kuna ti dan yo ke de kabila le nyakna na magde you know yana ya wel nu ki chi wel kana follow up very important la dum baga yupin ku tiem ko ngul ga na de ka chik san ka la dum ke bi ke bot chok ku la dum bi ga dial tin ku na chik la ni ye ke kiran ni nok di Meluth no protest ye kiran chi mu ko kiran chik ta you know kai ruweng ne bi ko jala tatin ko lo protest ma kana dang pe kana apa dang ban can understand this one what is going on you know so kana logic ko pursa wahid ku ko ya wo mana ta bani na dia gal ngona je kara nyi goy ku le por ma yen di jolo ge na porta won bi sal pakir go ko kuike lu den ga dan dalu na wikil betal pakir bi go ka bu go in another way you know ku bi in way pet ka le bu ko bi yo ko mar ke hatta pi ade ko nu pi chumala len tan ko rera ai wo ya so na chiki den nyi loy in a good way kara lo bula lakin kara cha gol ke ko yo yel gol e gule khalas wo pursa je yo ko dam to dal ki ci ko ma lu do gëna ku ko ru ak piap no we cannot accept that you know so kana e pursa te do ko ruwen ko pursa said lele jur e pursa said la dem ke door open de ke you know e no ko chechan e jam e wob de bit wo bi ko to jubo le ya wo le lo gablu e pursa ku ci tore la bi pegaro bi ngano ko la pega di no la dem be daj no to ka chan bi ngade ban biato na de la no company ka e the same companies na de ka chike gam bi ke lo bi Meluth la dem bi ko lo dan fi ruwen wala par yang la dem bi ke lo kuna chike ke lo ma ka bi tiyo to de ke kumel wo che de ko yel wo che cham wo la ku mende you know na percentage gam wo ga aye be ku be nyodum ku be nyodum we don't want it you know so kana awi dinu buka dil jam tin buka luitin yeah yen ke ya tinga
ene tede ka banyo coach ka yogen ke tin wi ba ben charo coach ku yini ke coach ruwen ga chit ke de preparation den ko big the town place lakin I thought no na chi oil company ku ja government of Sudan when a ministry of petroleum the memorandum of understanding which pass between them ke Meluth County, which is in a mad nam da pana way to way jeng at or tree ke ten ka yok ken yok ngijunu ke yen the same company tong ke yen the same government tong in a tot fi Ruweng our oil field of Ruweng ke the same company that no way. If that is the case, kala vi dial ngi ke the same environmental impact when lorot pi Meluth apana ne lorot pi Ruweng. Therefore yok ngi nu memorandum kene ke kada wodi epat che ga yen ku Ruweng lorot ti ke ta po de ku government ku chen tan ke oil company. Then mean the same thing adila we ga ye adil we ko nye wa ka apana kwa kene ke ku do effect ye lakini ja ku mane kene na bugyo lo follow up before ki Ruweng den ko won bi go lo about it kwa kene ke with ban confirm ku intele jere contribution
yeah ka ba matine dang kene yek lo ke oil company akoy na taw do no Ruweng ya dang te den piu ci la pin yani ci oil ci luy dafa pin ku ci pin mol ke yek lo e ko teki na de ko ja gol kana ko tere pin kana ka wut kana yek ma de ko la gam salatin yani gem sultan wun kana gem
ke koy wo kan bi ko
yo koy wo 10 million wala kam million na le ko ga jalo ku jogla ke wu ko ku jaga kay te gale wu ju ko ci wu ju jasu yen kër mu ko nimpinga lakin kaga aci ko ma lu ci ke lu sa we don't want them la kaga nonsense ka tikkur you know
okay ene ke yero lo kene
oh yes it is absolutely ene lo yer men 2000
yo kana lo ki Ruweng ya de ko changwe ko kene ke crime itself da ko ci ga ke support di community ka dom lu ke ga kam ngo ko yigala tu ngi ya be company be tie
oh yes yen ke churlo mane pi Meluth la no banda do ci padap la no wu a chike be ala dom jubo no ko pel nyin di chike jo ben be ke ko do le wu kon ko pinyala ay pinya ci mulla yele timgo ku jele la kala go le di juba na le de den wat pel nyin ci la juba galle ke giche kay go go la di tam le ro don kek na takada ci ko be yen mi ci ko je do ro gañ ku nga go la tiek ke ku le la yimbi taw se jeni ku le la o ke di chaga taw se jeni ma wu ka ke da ci ka tayar na ka te ci ka you know ka ngwen bi en lo bi madar bu ga yik bi chiara bi loy bi masaj pa bi yik achan bi dong ko ko be log ben you know
yeah dang to kaman we ko 5% kaman ko ke yeben kaman ka yok ke infrastructural project ka ka le bigro loy employment opportunity le biro low kwa ka cha ke loy pass ka ke ka wona very important rate that would ga to ka yen you see
yeah 5% pin kana wala 2% there is a game in it lanu taban leñna ayo ko kwanga leñna bata payamat kulu payam yo kwanya to ranto ko baden ke ga yek malasak ne MPs bita wilaya ko jala MPs bita federal ke ga koy kaga ke ga yengi den gi ban be te cer ci go ban be wu ga yengi ka kana rolo miej rodo waskut na ban acin gëna bela acin de bor men robel loy ko cin ngo so ka ko ben effect acin la no ko jaado adagi yamu rot kapay you know ke kene ko to ko tari ko lo di re acin no ko bi ko rogot la dum ko rodil ngi you know yen nga ka ko men nga ka ko nga de loy you know ko true campaign acin no bi ka loy wayo le election ben yo ko le MPs we ngi ko loy rot kana yitu tu bu shubu baden le election ben wallahi we election bu ben gëna achube chit ko wan gol abi amaj better little bit ko kaji chika wayi so they will vote for some ranun chik tinge ngi jam kayin biluk in chale ko bajo betting na dera na ngoben na chira na ngoben I can be around until my time come
ai yo ko dera anu bi ben ne qur'an e ke e chol fol gar wit tut ngadi fol gar wit yena to on the studio lakini ina the difficulty chan mai be chiro connect nke problem hello there brother Garwich I think you are not able to join us in the studio because your audio is not connected and that's why I cannot actually accept your invitation so please try to log out and connect your microphone and the audio that's the reason why you're not coming up you are not appearing on the studio so I apologize for that inconvenience and everybody is welcome. Now there and I finish 10 year and jing ka yo ke poro mara allow apiat ba lo click ku dial ke lo join in studio kene wa ke ji mo tin ke poro te dan wan chi ko no malut chi loy ya successful achi the memorandum of understanding achi lo pass between the county bitam malut malut na lu ki di chola pa na la lu represent ku ke ko unte chi oil pollution ene chen ke lo affected red so wan chi ke memorandum of understanding chi ke gen pass between the Ministry of Petroleum ku jilayin oil company ka yo ke kene yo ko ngot ko yo ko Ruweng ye na de ki yin the same thing in ke ku chola yin referendum ene memorandum dan chuk lo sa nyo ko diebe because ka yo ke lo ko malut represent all of us ko unte environmental pollution chuk lo affect be ko yi chane ne be ke ban ke langone ke myok tok tin akalo ro malut ke lo ro Ruweng ditwi ke yene to ban wa kenen ke with ban ti twal government e lo di mane all the services ke lo demand by the Meluth County lake iten wala bigla to Ruweng ye so kenen ke ye ku jo ti ka in banya ko ku jawo yo ko ndai fin wa studio ke open the way ken ka ke ya chire ten link na liu kala ke nga yo ko budial ko jiten ku ka yo ti ko go dial ta man chan pin da ko ko ku tek dan lo bu ngor ku lu ku continue chan kenen wi bu jam jaret
yeah very
Group de ko ko Meluth County ti lo ke tari won example di ki nyuot ay ko lo che jawore wa ka ne tong ni ki garet e beren encouraging aje de moment
yeah ayen bi look yin ba pol lanu pinda ci chwol lembe la touch lakin ki loy kene ke pedret yani we have to kana ko bi chodi yani message sometime len achelo ka yit one time na je nyok den ga yo ka jo de ya wa kana dir loy ade ko je jamon gal ya ke de ko ka e hukuma ko ndi jam ka je wat environmental ko che yen e lui ade ko ka message le won ke mix yana yega chukak pin yeg message le ka chiku ba ayo ko jam ke pollution ko mad na ko chi de lo kada nga ko ye loy fear yana na ku na wo ko ja here we cannot do nothing ko loy ko pin ko lui ke wayu ko loy rat kuna chi yo de chin man wan chi ke ye de nin kana
kena wan chi ken jo lo ya
lakin wo ti cha ko ye wel gal la bu loy riel bu jwa ko ken lo ka nim ko pin ko chi nim right you know so it is like koi ko wan inu nyira ko ma ko de ram jam no wada pollution kay jam chokoro pin don't share things yan du ko da ngalu mix it ke ajana bata ayo ko kuma change ko ngaban achira penge achira lu be ping you know yeah ina ta lejere
yeah you can banya ko wada tawra ne ran to ke opposition wala taw ki ran lu government support ka yo ko chira an te mane ne kene anan lo ko isha no ben ke e kada odi ban lakin we don't have to criticize it ku bulu le yen ake karang that is nke ku be ne way ko bo change by tin ga through a peaceful mean in a way won pet do gwen lo tin so that peaceful protest nke ku wirot na e ko ko jon nok ne jako nok wen ga ko wan ti gen jo dia lo ya deal abo ko ko nu ne ban ko ke taw jeji wan ga yo ko ship metti ti manade randa ti jaman ten ko je ni chonga general wan jam gane rane jam ngi wala rane le biya ban ko chi jam ni ke jam ran wan na lo wi bangi rin wan ran wan chen ta ngi ne men dar fa dan gane
yeah
yo rane
yeah
enka rane man rane dar na je ri ong because jam ne chen jam ay ku ma chi dwa ka man ngi ke ti da ku ki kulel ran wan wele ke lel wan wele ko la ka fi da fi ga ye jam ti da red
yeah absolutely
jam ti da red akwa je ni chol nga
wala rin kena kan go luy bastage da lani yena dila yen muggeje te ja kana lakin ci ban go lon gal da baba kana
ci te lele wane
baba bi jall ma tina ba du yeah
wa rane ban nam de ba jam ba ben ke jam ga a cin ke kan riyo ka go to mane ke mi ke ba ke to hukumai ko jam a ce ne ka lele yena yindiga ma yi de ko ku jo lo ne nga kana gi ma ka cha ba ka ki
yeah
ku ken ke ko jor yo cha ke nin ting manen ke sia din ko ke jar yo che ke de ko yo di gopi bayi bilu ele ngara ke tin ku ke na ko okay ka bi lu adi is the solution ebran ke yo a chen solution ko jam de ko with the sense of honesty inge ko won wirot in banya ko chin ka yo ke de ki ditatin kwa yene chuk le je ne ban dan wan chuk salute e ke chen ko ke cha dan fa dan wan e ke ne ke diga pe
absolutely
hello cheraro yeah interno interbi wala taw lango taw in the fag wala chinu
yeah
hello right
yeah ni ogo ben polo kura wana ma dan taw fag
oh my god ko fanya did wala jag wo fo caravana
ya ogo polo caravana ma ke won chani ting on live go le kana go
okay awaki to wala ngori ko pol
ayen billu we baja nyang be yambula taja
oga eto ga anu bala ba
oh ai ta dang pin kaman ken to na de ko bi madin ayen mem ke jemu tin ke wade environmental protest wan lo rot pa na Meluth ayo ge protest ya successful wa chik memorandum of understanding a chik sign between the Ministry of Petroleum kujila oil operating companies a chik lo first accept it be delivered to the infrastructure project be lo kujila won be environment they can clean up e ka ka chik promise chik demand e kenin kan jo tie twal kujala lo okay man chi memorandum of understanding chi en sa ni kam den Meluth County government kujila oil company it's the same memorandum of understanding will it apply to quite Ruweng or not so in ke ga mo tin ga basically we tell de ke tin wan bi jwa tin ka tin o bro do ga toy duit chale
thank you Trekla
chale jai
jala get kon ga wala audience ga kebena wa chale jaban ajaga
ai
ko
ko jina talk over studio
anti anti kura na go as well but the fortunate anti jam gati just e kanye ne ko wit South Sudanin achan ko ga cha man kar jong le wala kar bar ga dal wal mal wal to no ani kanya la yuromen na kalen man weje ke gi ka poda an ga da chola makre appreciation an le bi yen ga citizen ke ka taw pa ne wala yen ulai wala state man go chi ma lulo they better wonderful they have a chance they don't need any MP as well they said it achan big value in boli min ga chen ga le wo ka da na wiki go the same thing a kalo chimana yena wane we be pan koje Ruweng a big same but unfortunately wana chike ka division 4 is become an obstacle in a Ruweng but and I think brother koje Chadot little bit is very clear and it's something makes sense also Sudan kakwan chuo lo ke citizen ke la biga is stand up ulwel ngek kada gigana which wala chiwi kayen ga citizen alle bi karang lo shut down by themselves one nuer le karang lo shut down or ke ga tem ke ye mosoni ke nuer pala the go da ne chigat ana lo ga lo ko na area and jenta lu shut down u chen be lo tok u je hukuma u je ben acha na bu we gal to we panun ka bu gal ti acha ga yen pinam you have a file a lawsuit against your government because I will call the achi level we got loy na collect ka yo ke pia ke chimo lulo we in the same thing and will be any community so Sudan 64 tried then ke thing ko ne ke thing na ke chiman an animal human being like and mostly like the area affected they have to stand up and say enough is enough because achi lebu jala chol ka jawo ko we can benefit okay la ben bitina whether 5% or 10 or 2 achi we kon Watching Galo Karang Louis Rape, but citizen. The life of the citizen and the priority. Life is stock. All this. Leave alone others. Right now, you see, and if everybody donate what happened in Jonglei. This kind of, if there is a government, everything should have been secure earlier. People are now like myself. We are always been just talking here, and we only a lot since we came here in Western world. But the back, wala ke ko jo mu ko ben, I can get ben be ke a selling interest in I can feel okay. If you come in Tarik, kujaye na ko ke jalwel kera and then yin choka chan you were ben be you cannot say because the thing in situation. Sin as well I come from Gakuma or come Jelsi, a difficult life. We never seen 1983 until today, until maybe let's say 1999. But right now it's becoming too much. Okay, in book law, okay, Oga jam, Oga got petition. A local Louis turn down.
So many petition I got in 2006.
If
Nothing was done
I
by.
can say some word here as well, Jane thing, turn on generation that one, chingi, a decoje, could they catch jal, man, Kakachijal, by Yen Pursa, Kayoko, Sudan, want to talk, Senegal, they catch 100%. And he work and you can look at culture, all the amount of while in a podium or whatever. Kayok when a culture lay the kitchen jam, Kagama loot, and it would be ran ben a year and one quay giant. Near a chijon number to you, casually said of the Aparnal mostly. Aparnal is said one Kujarko Onial, where the days Garang, John Lega, who Jade now, which man one general, what Jade Kuloka Jotan. Those three said, powerful Aparna without oak. Kachin Kai Cocktail. Kachin get all Aparna, leave alone ni Kelwilla Kama Jersey. Kaka politics in nothing. Anna Mercuta one Ulela low at the same time, low Jiba low, Will Waloino, all Kakaping, where can come. I can kill ping and by now, Eke Gam, Eke Chitty. When he majority chago jotani but I will like Jamaga with a chande cause a lock by finishing a wee ban. Can I chick here kegaping, Lela Kore? I can't Jima Lulo 100%. Uka yoga we be called Pursu, Kunaka Louis Pal, Kulaka, Kuchari and Amorkalo, de Makan, Jaman, Chikama Lude Loy, big congratulation to them. I can the chin jam, the good keeping. And I bet Kayina doing them pinta and Bomo, Uto bet Vicharan do the Kagi. Uka Yoga Chen Martin because and Gia Try Banakot Malay, Uka we, but we brief Kaka better and pure, but a bucket gal well a call and Shogwe Chentry Chen Kadam Bellways. Kaya Yoga and the Bending Benjam. There is some banning issue Bakelu address, but unfortunately, Angi and Gia Ranapopi Kura is one
take go take a shower.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
But the coach, I think Michela will be by yoga away.
Happy that. Thank you. Bye bye.
Summary in Bajo Logo. It's a colleague. Jokron chair. Jokron by the coach. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to read out to you the memorandum of understanding between the Ministry of Petroleum and Greater Meluth Civil Society Organization. These are the memorandum of understanding that was passed between Ministry of Petroleum and Greater Meluth Civil Society Organization. After a lengthy discussion between Ministry of Petroleum, delegation led by Undersecretary Honorable Engineer Award Daniel Chuang, and representative of Greater Meluth Civil Organization regarding demands raised by the demonstrators against Dar Petroleum Operating Company. The meeting resolved to set a mechanism for the implementation of the work plan agreed upon by the parties as indicated below. So the demands are this one. Number one demand, anti-pass contract termination. The civil population of Meluth County, which is actually the oil producing area in Greater Upper Nile region, I mean in the Upper Nile state, they demand that the anti-pass contract be terminated. So they were actually demanding the termination of the anti-pass contract action plan. As per the request from the community, anti-pass contract for provision of health services must be terminated immediately. Transitional management team from DPOC and community to be set up to manage FH until the replacement in place. Community is requested to recommend local contractors to be included in the direct contract negotiation. Time frame, immediately. Number two, water distribution network. Distribution of water was also demanded by the Meluth County. Village near main water pipeline should be connected immediately. DPOC is ordered to initiate direct negotiation with the recommended contractor. Water connection for other villages is recommended for 2021 annual budget immediately. This project is going to be done in 2021. The project of connecting the water distribution in all the villages surrounding the oil producing area. So this is going to be done immediately in 2021. Number three, employment. DPOC to submit the list of all service companies operating in DPOC area. Ministry of Petroleum to direct DPOC and service companies to give priority to the local. This is the demand for the employment opportunities for the local people that are residing in the oil operating areas. So they are demanding that the civil population be given the job opportunities in the oil company. So this thing has to be done immediately. Employment has to be done immediately. So a scholarship or education. The Meluth County civil population are also demanding for the scholarship. So community committee to submit the list of nominees for the scholarship to CD department in DPOC. Neighboring counties should be considered in the scholarship. Assessment should be carried out to determine the actual budget for teachers. DFOC to allocate budget for teachers training and training institute under the CD department. This has to be done immediately. So the constituencies of Meluth County in Upper Nile State are actually demanding that they have to be offered scholarship programs. They need educational opportunities for their children or for their scholars. In that case, like opportunities be given to the student in the area so that they have to go and study for further education elsewhere. Number 5 is the demand for the road, the construction of the road. DFOC to mobilize earth moving contractors to repair the disconnected part of the road bed section. DFOC to include construction of tarmac road in Meluth and neighboring Payam in 2021, immediately in 2021. So the Meluth constituencies are also demanding they refer or the maintenance of the roads in their areas, because there are some roads that are disconnected from the other Payams or from the other villages. So they are actually demanding that these areas has to be they have to be connected. So they are demanding for the road work maintenance to be done. Environment, they are demanding the environmental cleaning, the cleaning up of the environment. So Ministry of Petroleum to expedite the process of the environmental audit. That means they have to go around and make environmental inspection. They have to make sure where the environment is actually polluted, or which part of the soil is contaminated, which part of the atmosphere, which part of the water sources is actually contaminated. So that these specialists, particularly the toxicology, they have to make sure they take the responsibility of making sure they clean up the environment. So when we talk of environment, we are talking about the water sources, which is contaminated. We are talking about the soil, which is also contaminated. We are talking about the atmosphere, which is also contaminated. So it is up to these operating companies and the government of South Sudan to make sure that they have to clean up the environment. So that was the number 6. That was the 6th demand by the people of Meluth. 3% for the host communities. They are demanding the 3% for the hosting communities to be allocated. So Ministry of Petroleum to put the Ministry of Finance to release the 3% to the community on monthly basis, including arrears of the previous months. This has to be done immediately. According to the agreement signed between the government of South Sudan and the people of the oil operating areas, 3% is actually assigned to the communities that are actually residing or that are located in the oil producing area. So they are entitled to the 3% oil share. So the community of Meluth are actually demanding that 3% of their oil share has to be released on monthly basis. It has to be released on monthly basis. And it is demand to be done with immediate effect. So that is the number 7 demand. Number 8, Friendship Hospital. Ministry of Petroleum to share FH monthly report with the Meluth County Health Department. So Friendship Hospital is the hospital that is actually built in the area, and they want the Ministry of Petroleum to make sure they make a monthly report. Power connection. Number 9 is the power connection. They want the connection of the power. That means electrification of the oil producing areas. they have to make sure they distribute the electricity to all the areas surrounding the oil producing area. So that's what they refer to as power connection. So DPOC to review transformers issues in Meluth and Athieng. MP or Ministry of Petroleum to follow up with the DPOC implementation of power connection to other payams in the next annual budget. This has to be done immediately in 2021. That's when this demand has to be done. So I'm reading out the memorandum of understanding document that was signed between the Meluth County and the government of South Sudan under the Ministry of under the auspices of Ministry of Petroleum and the oil operating company. HR in the service company. Ministry of Petroleum to talk to the service company operating in the field to employ local in the position of the HR officers to safeguard local immediately. This has to be done immediately. That means the people of Meluth are actually demanding that the human resource management has to be located in the oil producing area, and that they want the intellectuals or qualified personnel to be hired as the human resource management, so that they can actually be able to help their local people to be able to get employment opportunity in that case. So that is the number 10 demand. So lastly, the last demand was about health. MOB to follow up Malek PHCC contract implementation. DFOC to plan for construction of PHCC in Goldora and other payams. DFOC to budget for construction of a modern hospital in Meluth County. Immediately has to be done in 2021, and this is a long-term plan. So they are actually demanding the construction of the modern world-class hospital to be located somewhere there in Meluth County. So this is basically all the demands that have been reached between the Ministry of Petroleum and the Meluth civil society organization. So this document, a memorandum of understanding, was signed by Honorable Engineer Awao Daniel Chuang and the Secretary of Ministry of Petroleum, Republic of South Sudan, and this was signed on the 29th of August 2020. And then it was actually also signed by the chairman Kurkar Awerkak, chairperson, Greater Meluth Civil Society, on the same date. And it was also signed, witnessed by Honorable Paul Choleding, Secretary General of former Northern Upper Nile State, Ruweng. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is actually the conclusion of Meluth County protests in Upper Nile for the last few days. So the memorandum has been reached between the Meluth Civil Society and the Ministry of Petroleum of South Sudan. So these are the summary of the demand. There are about 11 of them. And so a memorandum of understanding has been reached, and this is very, very important. And so we are actually looking forward to see whether the government and the oil operating companies are going to implement all this demand as per the agreement or as per the memorandum of understanding. So these are here to be followed up, and we will actually look forward to see the implementation practically by the government and the oil operating company of South Sudan. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I think this brought us to the end of the program. So I will just simply entertain you with a song. That will be it. I would like to play the protest, one of the video that was actually taken at the protest. No, hold on.
عايز حبيبته عايز حبيبته فكذلك بعد شيء لك حبيبه بالأرض علينا هو
Listen to the voice of the protesters.
بنحب الزلط بنحب نشتغل في دار بتروليوم نضرب دولار بنحب نسكن في شقق بنحب نسكن في شقق زينا وزي اي عبادي واحد ساكن في ليبيا ولا في نيجيريا انتوا افضلين بعض المرات لو نضال شعب المملكه مرابط بترول ده صور 90 ده شعب المملكه يا جنرال في جنرالات اليومين ما منافين ولا بيعبروا عن النزال مشكله شعب المملكه انتوا رافضين ما بيقولوا لانه لو انتوا كان ابعتوا لنا وكده ولا كده ما كنتوا قاعدين انتوا قاعدين مكيفات كان جليك جبتوا كان قاعدين في فرنسا لكن ممكن يا فقراء ويا المساكين انتوا ما فقراء ولا بعضكم مساكين فقراء
نعم
ما فقراء ولا بعضكم مساكين أزور الفقراء أي ملاكين اللي قاعد والمنين قاعد في المحلين انت ما فقير لو انت والباقي في القضيه ولا جبتكم الان في اي منطقه من الموجود هنا تفتكر انه في قضيه لان ابوك عنده حاجه لا ابوك عنده حاجه كيف؟ لان ابوك عنده حاجه تقول له لا ده ابوك ما عدا يزول قالوا الناس ليش نقدر لكم هم المدى انكم تستبدلوا حقوقكم عايزين يشيلوكم برحمه انا بصراحه شهر 7 كنت منزل لله شمال عليكم كنت منزل لله شمال انا لما جاي من الليل ماشي ماشي جوبا صدف انه جيت متاخر بنت في البيت بالاميره وانا جاي اوتي عشان اركب فقلنا انا عارف على شديد لانه بتاعنا على الشركات تهدي كده زي ما تقدر كيف يشيل الناس مش تيجي جارين معاه ولا تقدر تسير لا ليه تجيب تشيلون عدل المكرم لما تقدر له حلاوه ويا زاويه تشيل مركز ممكن تبتدئون ممكن تبتدئون وبعدين انا بقول زي حبيبي بس عربيه عربيه
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was the voice of the protesters. And you have heard from them exactly what they were actually demanding. They were actually also challenging the corrupted official in the state, because the corrupted official in the state were not able to release the 3% oil share or 2% oil share. You know, they were all cohorted by, by the state official. While the government of South Sudan and the oil operating companies were able to neglect some of the promise that they made to the local community. So I think that was all about the protest. And I think this actually bring us to the end of our
بنحب نشتغل في دار بتروليوم نضرب دولار بنحب نسكن في سجن زينا زي اي عبد واحد ساكن في ليبيا ولا في نيجيريا انتوا افضل منه بعض المرات لو نضال شعب المملوك مغامر الدور ده شعب 97 ده شعب المملوك جنرال الملوك في جنرال غاضب ما مرافقين ولا عن النظام شعب الملوك وانتوا مرافقين ده كلهم يا مرافقين ما في غير الذين لانه لو انتوا كان ابعادكم لجنه وكده ولا كده ما كنتوا قاعدين انتوا قاعدين مكيفات كان جريتوا لكن انتوا كان قاعدين في الفرن
Wacha kale jo ka chugwer ayok program of jo coach ke by live ke protest wa na maluchiro loy ke ban we bridge protest come to conclusion. Memorandum of understanding has been passed between the Ministry of Petroleum and the civil society of the Meluth County, Kujala Oil Operating Company. So, kaja chirot ping, account jika demand abike implement by the government of South Sudan, Kujala Oil Operating Company. So, kene ka yoke kepiat, mabruk le shab ta Meluth County for the job well done. Kwa chuke le jaret, kichigero duar, big protest, big loy, erin ko yunte nyoke no, wet keeping chi and tamamu, kene chuke le jaret. Kwa yok the same thing, big government tajinu Sudan, abi loy le sharp that the pan ruling here. A chanin sharp the pan ruling. Get the same thing in chikulorot pan Meluth. Ka yok in kegelorot pan ruling. Aka yok in government tajinu Sudan. Ujila we oil operating companies win kike oil target to fan Meluth the same thing in a company tongue in a loy fan ruling kwa yeku nia the same company uyen hukumo junu Sudan a big tongue a big loy fan ruling ye man bi en loy fan Meluth kwa kene a lay dun we ka Meluth wan chak lo chanam chi chab dun chiro jwar abiro taw eten kudil gum ke taw cha nin ko ja nin chanam ke ko ke rutin ye ga man ngi we gol je ka yo we ko ke we rel pio we ki rio we ki government chak defy ye ga man wane we ben mong nim den ken ke ben gam ken ka le dun ku ko cha dan de junu Sudan ben ku je le bela ben ko cha Ruweng in particular o ko ka je we ake woni chok jat yok we ki ten ka yo de chuk me de chanam we ki to wa ke loy ki wo cha dan Meluth ku jela we ko ban ko ni piori ele we ka yo ke dawo die ban e jong we no ko ten ke jong fan Ruweng no ke ko kene ka le we ka pay ku nyale we ga tie ko bu ngor ko lui tok wa kene apil da ko Ruweng ena we book jo value for what ru kuma na chi memorandum of understanding which pass between the Meluth County with the Ministry of Petroleum ka yo ka che only Meluth to ye ka dawo die ban o cha bun te shipping den luwa sama mum yo aka ni in government inu kuma mtajinu Sudan ikene ka yo ka homework dun a chin kala bien be tek to ana shi ka loy ke pan Meluth ku shi ke loy pan Ruweng ka yo ke dange ke chi wan tero lo Meluth ka bro loy Ruweng tu e message ke wi ben marwe we cha dan jing dai we chu ke ye ka le we ka ban ka we junubin che gara an che ping tong jing ka yo ka le dun ban charan ban che chin ma de kani kwa kene cho we le mo ke chin ten nyale je we ya tie taw tin yenen ba ko ku chokrona le ku kulo nyale cho we I program it took okay die. That's the end of it.